Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Erin Perry and I am here today with my canine partner Zorro. Today we'd like to talk to you a little bit about decontamination of our canine partners at the end of a work cycle. If your partner is out in the field with you, you should always consider a very simple, practical decontamination strategy. It doesn't have to be a full decontamination bath, just a simple wipe down that we're going to talk to you about today. So the first step that we want to do obviously is always to protect ourselves. Basic maintenance PPE means that my eyes should be covered, I should have gloves on, and I should of course have on long sleeves. And so I'm going to make sure that I am appropriately protected. And then what we're going to do, we've got some supplies prepared. We have 2% chlorhexidine scrub that's been prepared at a dilution of 4:1. We have a povidone iodine scrub that has been prepared at a dilution of 4:1. And then we just have regular clean water. We have some disposable towels. And those are the supplies that we're going to need in order to do our maintenance decontamination today. Okay? So what I've done here with Topa, I've just used a piece of tape just to be able to show you the difference. I'm going to use a simulated contaminant just to kind of simulate airborne particulates as they become attached to the dog's coat. So the wiping procedure that we're going to talk you through today is going to show you how to remove those contaminants from the surface of the dog's coat and not allow that to come down and have contact with the skin. Okay, so let's get started. This is called Glow Germ, and I've mixed it today so that it's water-based. This is used in hand washing test procedures in hospitals all over the country. And so what I'm going to do is just spray Topa's coat with the Glow Germ, okay, just to kind of simulate what it looks like. I'll show you under UV light. You can see how it has attached to the end of the hairs, and it fluoresces under UV light, okay? And so what I'm going to do is take the Chlorhex wipes, and I'm going to wipe in one single motion with the direction of the hair, okay? I'm only going to use one wipe, one time. I'm not going to repeat, okay? So I'll get a fresh wipe, a fresh towel, and do a second wipe, okay? And so that's the Chlorhex area. In the hindquarters area, I'm going to use a povidone iodine wipe. Again, I'm wiping in the direction of the hair. The wipes are saturated, they're wet, but they're not dripping. Again, we don't want excess fluid to be coming down and having contact with the skin. We're wiping so that the coat can do its job of holding those things away. You can see the line where the coat was protected from the contaminant, so you can see where there's a little bit of contaminant that still occurs that we didn't get wiped off, but you can see the area in the back has been very nicely cleaned, and you can see that the Chlorhex area up front, it doesn't do as good a job as the povidone, but the Chlorhex is also a viable option. Both chlorhexidine and povidone iodine are effective in terms of their biocidal activity. You want to make sure that their lower legs, their abdomen, and that their paws have been wiped clean. So we're going to use a fresh towel for each leg, and we're going to basically, again, we're moving in the direction of the hair, and we're going to go from top to bottom, making sure that we get the tops of the paws. And then we're also going to want to do the paws on the bottom, obviously. You're going to want to do a very thorough wipe, articulate the pads so that you can get in between each of them, okay? I'm using the povidone wipe here. Again, you could always use Chlorhex as well. You're going to also want to make sure that you rinse. Also use towels saturated with clean water just to make sure that we've got all that soapy residue off, okay? And then that way we make sure, because you take your shoes off when you come back into your house, your dog obviously doesn't have that option. So you're going to want to make sure those paws are clean, especially with you bringing your dog home with you at the end of the shift. A couple things I want you to remember when you're considering your decontamination options. You should always, always protect yourself first. Make sure you wear gloves, make sure you protect your eyes, and make sure that you remove any leashes or collars, any equipment from your canine. If it's leather, you can wipe it down. If it's a nylon, come here, buddy. If it's a nylon-based collar like Zorro's here, you're going to want to make sure that you run that through some sort of additional decontamination step. You can put those in the washing machine. You can run them through with a dilute bleach solution. We want to make sure that equipment is clean so we don't put dirty equipment on a clean dog, okay? Again, we never want to take the decontamination bath off the table. If you have a known contamination exposure, bacterial, viral, or chemical, please consult your supervising officer and your veterinarian to make sure that they're aware of and that they can give you advice for whatever the most appropriate mitigation steps might be. Okay? My name is Dr. Erin Perry. Thank you so much for the work that you do. Please stay safe.